Hey, yo, what's good with it, y'all? It's your boy, Mistah Wilson. And you are now tuned in to Wilson Block 100 Radio. And today, you know what I'm saying, I want to talk about why I'm thankful for foster care. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, I know this might be unusual, you know what I'm saying, for other foster kids to hear. And, this is not to discredit any foster kid story. You know what I'm saying? I love my foster sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all tune in to get, some insight into my life, you know what I'm saying, and how it can, relate to your life, you know what I mean? But I want to just talk about why I'm thankful for foster care, because I think that, the system, though we all know it's not perfect, you know what I'm saying, deserves some type of acknowledgement and recognition for what it has gotten right, you know what I'm saying? And, I just want to start by saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm very qualified to talk about this because I was born and raised in foster care, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to always say that because that's my life, you know what I'm saying? And that's my story, you know what I mean? And it's not a life that I chose, you know what I'm saying? It's a life that chose me, and I've been playing my cards accordingly. So I want to start by saying, I'm thankful for foster care because it provided me a chance at life. You know what I'm saying? When I was reunited with my biological parents, you know what I'm saying, at the age of 18, you know what I'm saying, when I was already emancipated and able to make decisions for myself, which when I was first able to make decisions for myself, I stopped psych meds and I grew my hair out. Okay, so it gave me a chance at life. When I was reunited with my biological parents' family, you know what I'm saying, my biological family, I was talking to a relative, you know what I'm saying, and, she was telling me about, you know what I'm saying, the life that they had growing up, you know what I'm saying, while I was in foster care. And, she expressed how she, knew, you know what I'm saying, or she felt that, you know what I'm saying, she too felt that, you know what I'm saying, me growing up in foster care was the best for my life, because of the conditions in which, you know what I'm saying, my family was living, okay? My family grew up in the projects, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for foster care, you know what I'm saying, I would have grew up in the projects, straight up, you know what I'm saying? And I probably wouldn't have had a lot of resources and connections, or opportunities, you know what I'm saying, that I have today, you know what I'm saying? Foster care has allowed me to, work on myself. It's kept me sheltered and unexposed from the world for a long time, because growing up in foster care, you go to, depending on what it's all different anywhere you go, but I was in LA County, and they move you around a bit, and a lot of homes, whether you're in group home or foster home, well, particularly group homes. If you're in group homes, chances are, they have an on-site school or a school that they're contracted with that you'll be going to. I've been to both, going to public school, adult school, all type of stuff. But, I just want to say that, growing up in foster care has given me, I had three square meals every day. You know what I'm saying? I had a safe place to sleep for the most part, you know what I'm saying, other than the times I was in juvenile hall. I was able to really grow up as a kid without the influence of the inner city, you know what I'm saying? And I say that because a lot of kids that grow up at home are forced to grow up a little earlier, you know what I'm saying, than I did, you know what I mean, because there is no padding for them. You know what I'm saying? Foster care gave me some padding. It gave me some wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? To kind of bump my head, to kind of get a slap on the wrist, find out what was right, what was wrong. You know what I'm saying? The kids that grew up at home, it was like, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. And there's no explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? Foster care was kind of similar for me, but, there was, I received it in the form of social workers and therapists and things like that. So, they kind of sugarcoated it in a way where, they have a job to do. So they can't just talk to me like mamas do their kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I just didn't get that. You know what I mean? But, keep in mind, you know what I'm saying? I was still free. You know what I'm saying? I was just, kept in the house a lot as a kid. You know what I mean? And I'm thankful for foster care because it provided me transitional age resources later in my life. You know what I'm saying? I was sought out for adoption, you know what I'm saying, as a preteen. And I'm glad that I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, when I turned, a certain age, they kicked me out of the house before I even emancipated from the system. And, if I would have let them adopt me, you know what I'm saying, if they was feeling that way about me, I would have just been completely out of luck, you know what I'm saying? But by remaining in foster care, I was entitled to, education, employment, and housing resources, clothing allowances, transitional living programs, mentorship programs, things that, actually, kids at home don't really have access to, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to just, highlight that, you know what I mean? And shed a little light on the Department of Mental Health and that whole spectrum, because, a lot of times, we don't see mental health as a valid diagnosis or cause or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, there are some kids that are really dealing with some, psychological trauma, you know what I'm saying? And as far as mental health goes, you know what I'm saying, I just want to highlight the fact that it's there, and I'm thankful for it, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for mental health, I'd probably be in prison, you know what I'm saying? Wrongfully, you know what I'm saying? Just because, I'm misunderstood, you know what I'm saying? And I think organizations like Hathaway Sycamores, you know what I'm saying, who could have pressed charges on me for a few things, you know what I'm saying? But they understood my story, you know what I'm saying? They knew where I was coming from. They knew who I was as a kid, and they knew I had potential, you know what I'm saying? And they stuck with me, you know what I'm saying, through some things that they really didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? And because of that, you know what I'm saying, I've been able to identify my own issues to prevent those type of things from happening again, you know what I'm saying? And it just took someone to understand, you know what I'm saying? That organization has truly been like parents to me, and I just want to shout out that whole team over there, Hathaway Sycamores in Pasadena, California. I was specifically at the Oakland location, right? The Oakland site, you know what I'm saying? 851. And I'm doing some incredible work over there. Hillsides, I can't say too many great things about you guys, even though, I did have a good internship program with you guys. But as far as how things turned out, I actually questioned the integrity of that organization. But that's for a whole nother topic. You can talk to me about it. I also want to, growing up in foster care gave me options for my future. You know what I'm saying? It gave me a chance to identify, find, and pursue what it is that I loved and wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a whole bunch of things about foster care that I could point out that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what this video is about. And, I'm thankful for foster care because it was an alternative to adoption. And, I didn't have to be adopted. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank all of the, mental health specialists out there, all of the program directors. I want to thank all of the probation officers, everybody who truly steps in these facilities and in these organizations to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, when I was a kid, living in foster care, and you were a staff that I felt was just here to, get a check or whatever. Hey, man, I was a staff basher. Okay, like I was that kid that was running around the group home rapping 500 bars dissing the staff, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up, you know what I mean? I'm that group home kid that, would AWOL, run back to the hood and wait till I just got caught by the police, you know what I'm saying? I've been DCFS and probation, you know what I'm saying? I've been institutionalized, I've been hospitalized, I've been, I'm saying that to say that if anyone's gonna talk about, life in foster care and everything that it encompasses, you know what I'm saying? I'm of one of the, few qualified people. And when I say few, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't use few because, there's a lot of foster kids in America, you know what I'm saying? And, we're thankful for this system ultimately because, if we didn't have this system, we'd be like orphans in a third world country. So, I just really want to, encourage people to have a little more understanding of the mental health department and, the kids and the people that need this treatment and that are receiving this treatment. understand where they're coming from, you know what I'm saying? And again, you know what I'm saying, to everybody working in foster care, foster parents, who've made sacrifices, even their own family, you know what I'm saying, to provide for, an orphan child, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do have a chip on my shoulder, you know what I'm saying? I'm an angry young man, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I say that to say that even though, you know what I'm saying, I have, you know what I'm saying, certain chips on my shoulder and feel a certain way about how I've been treated growing up in foster care, it's not what I want to focus on, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, at the end of the day, life's fucked up, all right? So, I just so happen to grow up in foster care and had access to resources that wouldn't have been there otherwise. So that's where I'm coming from, and I just want to shed light on that. Thank you guys for listening to me. It's your boy, Mistah Wilson, on Wilson Block 100 Radio. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out the Wilson Block magazine. Please buy an issue. Every time you buy an issue, you're supporting local artists. And if there's any therapists or mental health specialists or, anyone in the foster care realm that is hearing this, please buy an issue of the Wilson Block magazine, because you are supporting a true product of the system. You are supporting a foster kid who has found his artistic passion and ambition and is pursuing it. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm taking my life into my own hands. I'm taking ownership. I'm taking full responsibility, you know what I'm saying, for what I do with my life. You know what I'm saying? I just want to thank, foster care for getting me to this point, and everybody that I've met along the way, all my foster sisters and brothers, all the staff. There's just way too many people to shout out. You know what I mean? But again, thank you for listening. Please buy the Wilson Block magazine. Check out our blog, thewilsonblock.net. And it's your boy, Mistah Wilson, Wilson Block 100 Radio. I'm out.